Third time's the charm, says Wildcard. BetBoom stands ahead of them on a CT side of a map picked by Wildcard. Missed smoke as highlighted by our observing team. And MagnaJez with a chance with the Berettas just rails them, trying to come out from that squeaky door. No exit whatsoever. It is a bloodbath inside of the A site to kick it all off. Fuzi, hold on. Had a chance there, still stayed focused on the site. Fast flank gets him down. BetBoom wind pistol.
Really successful hold. And they might not have even...
First gun round here for Wildcard. Let's see what the Americas representative has to offer. Gets around this smoke, kind of cheesy. Looking for his chance, but that op just on the other end of it. Waits for the smoke, or does he? Tries to play ahead of it with that timing. And Sorte must have hit a nice little adjustment there, catching him on main. Siren holds top. MagnaJez does not allow any entry. And this is a great sign for BetBoom. MagnaJez already up in that kill feed. Axile yet to die with 4 kills. And Sorte's op online. Nobody peeks into it. Trying to get over the cross. Spam's not far off, but no real damage done. Wildcard, great little opportunity to take this down towards B. And our rotates aren't in position yet for BetBoom either. They've got the ramp control, no contest, but again, it's just a little late. So we'll see if Wildcard can make do with the space they've been given. Bomb plant 5v5. How interesting. We got a little footing going on the site, trying to get that first blood. They're going to try to charge down the Opera, covered by the M4. Axile makes sure his teammate stands a bit longer, gets the trade right back. Only Sonic and Jaba so far in this 5v5 post, but you've put an op in the hands of Fuzi. This is where he does his dirty work. And as he waits for the double door push, it's a good read, but a missed shot. Tapped bomb as well. Axile's got the defuse. Well controlled here by BetBoom, considering they scrambled for that retake.
It's possible he gets a kill, and then if he pushes in, he dies to the third player that's alive. So maybe saving that op is a blessing in disguise here for Fuzi.
Let's see if they keep the tempo up now that they've got the real tools for the job. Smokes outside, deny vision, but Sorte gonna allocate himself to secret early. That's a change. MagnaJez gets his knees taken out. 50 health, all he's gonna have left. He wants to get out of here as these bullets just keep whizzing by. Not comfortable whatsoever here for MagnaJez, but also not scared enough to call Sorte for the secret push.
Yeah, he's still swinging.
Look at this though. Sonic has managed to just walk out ramp while it was open. He's contending with downstairs, but you're gonna walk into a hot-handed Sorte. 8 and 3.
He's on it. He is on it right now.
Am I crazy? He was just in secret. Bails back to the bomb site in time. Keeps up that pace we were talking about, and things finally get slow for a moment. We hit 50 seconds. Axile, contact outer, sees this. He's gonna tell Boomage, keep your head up. And a good trade back. MagnaJez has been solid, just picking players off as executes have come out. And this inner yard, just, they're not getting forward. Site's closed, baby. 4 up for BetBoom. Susp, a bit of an act of desperation here. Tries to find a duel and just loses.
Wow.
Every piece of BetBoom is fragging.
This has been 8+ CS from BetBoom so far. I mean, they could have got shocked by the pace at which Wildcard are coming at the specific stature when we look back on their best performances ever. And MagnaJez, this is a freebie, it looks like. Fuzi just walking through the shallow side of this. Oh my goodness! MagnaJez found that. Stanislaw didn't make a peep.
I am starting to fear for my own life with MagnaJez on the field right now. Jaba maybe not so concerned. He's gonna join up nicely here with Sonic. They were suddenly feeling like they could just hold with fights, brute force, in an attempt from BetBoom to try to close out with a strong start on the multi-kill and a total comeback from JBA.
Yes, sir. And if there's one guy we talk about with Wildcard.
Okay. We can praise all the pieces on BetBoom. There's the best instance of a Wildcard individual level. There's the rebuttal. The one answer that puts their first round on the board. Already back into the action, Stan and Fuzi finding duels. And so BetBoom, this pace has not stopped from Wildcard whatsoever.
They've really picked a personality here and stuck to it. And they said through all of the losses, we're going to keep the same energy. They believe in the game plan. And now it's maybe starting to work. Last round, a little X factor. That's what you always need to get back into a game. Now it's copy and paste default on outside. But with the first 2 kills and no answer back.
You sprinkle in that sudden Tech 9 play that got down to lower as well. That was a could have been for Wildcard. Stanislaw killing Axel. Exile. This op's got to get active. Missed chance inside trophy. They're still just going to come at him. Following through over towards ramp control. They had a flank coming up from beneath anyways, so felt like he would get traded inevitably. But yeah, Tech9's down on B for could have been that 3v5 that BetBoom sort of get roped into. And now all of a sudden Wildcard, keeping the tempo up, have found 2 consecutive round wins. Doing the 2-step back here in spawn.
Oh, he dies.
Yikes.
Okay. They still got money, but that does make it quite considerably more expensive.
It's the kind of lead because of the tempo where even though BetBoom's up 6-2, you got to start being nervous that this onslaught isn't going to stop. This round we get a bit of a grouping.
Oh, he's not clearing it.
Boomich didn't see that.
He let it go.
He looked up, but
Stan,
I mean,
he's going to be able to rep. They're watching the outside cross, but from the outside of red.
Oh my God. MP9 turns to get the trade back. At least Magnojez is here in main. It's him, in fact, who kills Stanislaw. Boomich gonna try to join back up. That's 2 bodies confirmed outer. The other up now towards heaven.
They're not peeking though.
Siren trying to get into the action. They want to go for the flash, and he'll get his kill, but now you've put Sus to the clutch and separated CTs. He shaves Siren off, and Wildcard remaining frantic in these fights.
What a rotation.
It slows down.
How is he going to figure out Boomich would go in through hut? He has gotten here so early.
What if the fact that he was over towards Silo once, would you consider maybe he had pushed T-spawn?
True.
You know, one of these times where it's like, it's a solid flank. Boomich, gonna catch him off though. So he does figure it out, and you can see him sitting there like a duck, ready to be plucked off backside. The money's strong here for Wildcard nonetheless. Fewer utilities for the defense. JBA already posted top. Main slips off, tries to hunt this down, but he extends into 2 lines of sight. Zorte from the top shelf. Susp's actually going to spam him back through the edge of smoke, and so 1 gets recovered. You've got a player down in the vents, though, to stop it, and the only thing that's left for Wildcard is to try to get past Boomich, who's having any of this. Susp taken down to 13. That pesky SMG just whittling him away, and a really nice tethering here between BetBoom. Considering the pace of the attack, it's like everybody's picking up the slack if a player does go down. Cheeky nade into the trophy room. Axile puts an extra bit of sauce on that one. This is a gun round too. He's shredding it as if they're sitting there in pistols, hiding.
I haven't even seen him.
And Stan, despite being, I think, a really key piece in trying to set the timings of the tempo, is unfortunately 4 and 10. Not an easy job slamming yourself against a BetBoom that's shooting this straight. Good chance there for Fuzi. Had to be accurate. Hits his target, doesn't drop him. Gets second contact versus Zorte, so you know you're dealing with 2 of the 5 remaining BetBoom players, and Axile gets killed off ramp. But it's very quickly picked up here by Zorte. Again, I think an example of tethering off the outer player, instantly bouncing over towards ramp. Just very mobile defense in the face of this rapid Wildcard.
And at least some hope of the round is it comes back a bit. Magnojez watching this 1 angle into Mini as the key play. It tells them where the split's going. They don't get the kill, but Siren gets his.
Just disengaging as well from JBA, letting the lobby flank come and deal with it. I mean, that's just beautiful. Let the guy sit behind vent. Jaba just trying to clear top hut, looking for something to shoot at. They'll get their position, try to swing off it. But they do have hooks on both sides, right? Ramp is an unknown entity to BetBoom, and outer is occupied by Jaba.
They've got 1 smoke left over now, so there will be a lot of walking.
Just hit that site.
Oh, that's awkward.
Mechanical error. JBA, nobody to blame but himself for that one. And a deep smoke into lobby. Now suddenly Wildcard gonna feel corralled. You're 4 players shoulder to shoulder, but you just lost your hook. Do you throw somebody over top of the rooftop? Does somebody have to go take that position from JBA back?
Because the only option left is late squeaky, right? Because you don't need any utility to do it. They go hut, they're going to get destroyed.
That 1 smoke left for Susp.
But what do they do? They've got to walk.
Final round of the half as well. You got 20 seconds to try to get that much-needed third T round win. Stand instant entry. Siren, though, from the top of Hut yet again. And where there's one, there's more. The BetBoom players swarm. Wildcard set an electric pace, and that cloud dissipates.
Had a good idea for it, but everything we were looking and hoping for BetBoom has literally come.
It's come together.
Yeah, like, look at the score lines. Everyone's got a good score
line. Which I'm a big fan of. Obviously, I think, a lot of people expected Heroic to go through 3-0, and it felt like the next debate as to who would join them. Teams to keep it clean that are deserving of stage 2. BetBooms, the Baits. There was an optimistic Complexity camp, but they're gone. Hiding in the back of ramp is Sonic. Ooh, you let your guard down, BetBoom. So you get tapped out of the round, Siren. Hate to break it to you. Best way to kill him, shoot him before he gets a chance to spin. All the while, though, we're going to go bomb down on site. MagnoJez dies in an attempt to cover all this. Boomich still isolated from his last remaining teammate. And I'm curious how Zorte is going to get into the fray here. Eventually joins up from Secret, so now they've got control of the double doors. It was Stanislaw in there once upon a time. Zorte, because he opened doors, gives himself away. You've got a 1v4 queued up, and the P250 unable to get a second one. So Wildcard, second round in the pistol. This is critical. Got to start this half strong, and they will. So can the comeback truly come forth?
Was that his only top 20?
No, he was number 5 in 2021. And then shit got real. Siren gets the entry. They're going to try to flood into the squeaky control, but Boomich on the top of main. This is looking like a wild card attack with the tempo of what BetBoom set. Fight fire with fire, perhaps. BetBoom's such a... Or BetBoom, excuse me. Boomich, such a nuisance. Do we have a call for this corner?
This is old Secret, technically. This is where Secret used to be.
All right. Well, no secret that Boomich was standing there. Susp unroots him. And Axile's going to drop bomb down on B. Oof.
All right. Another retake.
Trying to get it going, but Zorte just sitting on this angle comfortably. Nice. Oh, it's MagnoJez actually to pick it up. As if the AWPer's not fast enough. The rifle right there on the other staircase. So just already in the strongest of positions to keep this Secret retake at bay. Once you've got this crossroads secured from both ends, good luck.
But for now, this has been one hell of a statement map here for BetBoom. It's been a fantastic performance, CT side and T side alike. I really feel like Wildcard actually, they showed up to play, but totally outclassed so far.
Good chance for Sonic, striking one down back turn. Sus looks to give cover to top silo. And that's a really nice tether between the pieces as Stanislaw very critically holds down the A site with the SMG. There's no denying BetBoom have outclassed them. There's also no denying that Wildcard have shown a bit of promise and a willingness to fight.
Counter-terrorists win.
Oh, I've always wanted to know what it's like to have a twin.
Sus falls down into JBA. We've got 2 defenders on B at 30.
It's a little strange. I mean, they're all coming down the ramp. MagnoJez could hear to catch lurks, and they get to lower, but the CTs are suspicious about it.
Can the defenders do anything to slow it down? It's little utility for the attack, but here comes those few nades. Susp empty-handed, not ideal. Axile, okay, plenty of time for JBA to drop him. And now looking for the next as they just trickle into his crosshair. Sonic's causing problems. And with that bomb planted, it falls to the MagnoJez 1v4. He's the only player that chooses a different entry path. Not a part of that ramp push. Nothing he can do. Doesn't even try to stop that defuse.
There's a couple things that go wrong here for BetBoom. I think having one stay back in this 4-1 attack is fine. Attack on this small site right now, they didn't do enough on the rest of the map to make that easy for the amount of time left over.
Oh boy. Trying to send a test to the A site. You can all throw all those tactics out the window. Getting stepped on, Sonic.
Saw his coins come out.
Axile drops the vents. He's the one that opened it up. Bomb is on the back of Zorte for the moment. That's sitting right here behind this wall of smokes, exposed.
Beautiful.
To Sonic and Fuzi. They're going to clean up. 4v2 now for Wildcard, looking good. You survived that initial flurry of squeaky aggression from Axile. But Siren's going to bring this back. Remember, bomb down outside because they exposed the cross. And as long as the Grog op doesn't get exposed to Heaven, Siren's not going to find the second player hiding behind the red box until he shoots. Now that he's fired that rifle, Siren's going to get the better of the duel. And you've just got to get past now a 21 health Opper. Suff's going to reveal himself. The fights are here to be had. BetBoom don't need to plant if they pick up the kills. And a wrap back around from Siren's crazy. He's just going to concede this. And they hear him falling back into the A site. So what felt frantic for a moment fizzles out. Wildcard, 7.
Yeah, it was a good try. I was going to say that they need to have pressure in through mini, otherwise Heaven's going to be watched. But I thought because Sonic was there and they already had Fuzi, they wouldn't need him watching mini.
Siren's been sharp and Stan's head's right there. Good spray. Susp from the corner, cleared out. We get a trio of kills back from BetBoom. It was looking good for Wildcard, but only for a second. Smoked out of Heaven as well. Oh, but Fuzi, despite being distracted and caught off, Sonic comes out from Heaven. Open smoke gets his.
Oh, 32 damage.
Siren hanging on. He's got the bomb. He's been playing lights out. Highest performing player for BetBoom, an anomaly as an anchor. And right now, it's going to take some time for Fuzi to get back around that lobby. Heaven smoke fades. It's a pistol behind him and a low health player who goes first. Sonic takes a chance and the backstab out from Fuzi. Sonic, he sets it up. Siren's thinking that had to have been a trade attempt.
Yes,
we'll see if they can do it with the double AK-47 by BetBoom. Low utility. And Susp, who locked down ramp last round, kind of getting that contact over towards Trophy, sees the bodies coming at him, decided to stick around for a quick couple bursts. That's weird. Sonic holds it. Fuzi's allowed for a player to get up close. That Tech 9 feeling dangerous. Great reaction to Axile, but it does open the door for Boomich to grab his op. 2v5, folks. 1 kill in for BetBoom already.
Would have been way scarier, actually, if Fuzi didn't hit that flick. So now in the 2-on-4 situation, Susp is going to take his peeks, as he should, but there is an op coming his way, so one small good timing. Boost. Spotted.
Sweaty.
Oh, didn't go out wide enough, I guess. Not a boost you assemble every day.
Nah. Don't know how many reps they've had with that one. Boomich picks up the op, gets killed by Susp, so Susp blocking these last couple of rounds down with the multi-frags. 40 seconds.
Molly's coming to opposite vent on this run. Jaba's got a smoke for himself, though.
That's fine. You've got a player up above Hut in the rafters here in Susp. Stanislaw, it's not clean. Susp's gonna get stuck up here, exposed. He has to fight!
Oh, what a
all the way! Triple kill to his name, 25 to the clock for Siren. A 1v3 to close it, dodges the Heaven shots. But you've got another player still down on B. Tries to elicit that vent climb, and he gets it. The shot from Fuzi denies. No clutch for Siren, and a hell of a hold from Sus.
When Fuzi goes up the ladder.
But is it all for naught? That last question, the final attempt. Round 8 of 8 for Wildcard's overtime run. Fuzi, this is sketchy as he changes positions. MagnoJez looking like he wants to play with a faster timing than what the defense would expect, but he gets spotted from Heaven and Sonic gets first blood. Fuzi locks this in and Wildcard give us a show.
Blast it away.
8 straight. After 2 eliminations or losses for North American teams, Wildcard, an excellent 8-round streak to extend play on their map pick. Drop shot though by Fuzi, so outer compromised, or lower compromised once.
Oh, it's us both down without one for the first time since I can remember.
Right.
Was it nerves all along?
Sonic though gonna do a dangerous play.
Oh, I love that from Stanislaw. Like,
smoke him off.
He'll get to come back in.
Fuzi's off.
Oh!
That's the recovery.
Ooh, that's Max Burgers all around, baby.
Missed first shot, sure. So be it. You got JBA to tether off of. Oh, but he goes down to Siren. Swings the door open, loses his head for it. You know Siren's yet to cross, but he gets another.
He keeps going.
Stan puts his head on what I think was the same angle. Even deeper, in fact. And Siren's just cooled off. Boomich,
This is Boomich.
He's the bomb carrier.
Yeah.
He's going to go upstairs. Siren's still down beneath, distracting both these CTs. No way he kills them all.
But he sees them leaving. The bomb gets planted. Boomich now, you've got to do this.
He played for himself.
He's faking the outside run, but I don't think anyone was around to hear it. Maybe Fuzi, actually, yeah.
He comes up from the vent.
Okay.
Lobby players making a ton of sound. CT's playing with some confidence here. That's going to catch him off. Beautiful
bait.
fake in the reposition. Boomich gets
Oh!
BetBoom clutch.
Wow. He actually used that piece of metal inside Mini to bait the vent player rotating. We'll see if that's enough. This does end up being a still good position for Wildcard. It's like Wildcard getting opening kills, BetBoom are answering back with 3 all of a sudden. But up until this point, Wildcard were closing as well.
Fighting for Squeaky. Riflers layer up. Siren thinks he can get the better of the timing, but Stanislaw well prepared for that hut hit. We get another clutch attempt here from BetBoom. It's going to be Boomich and Zorte v3. And Stan not wasting much time here. Already on the T roof. You're going to find one unsuspectingly walking back. So many angles when you round that silo. Boomich.
Great awareness, man. Still a minute 20, so it's a huge chance they could come back, right?
That's Stanislaw triple kill. Nothing to scoff at. He still sits up on the rooftops, and that's Fuzi to close out. So a full house between Stan and Fuzi, and it's an instant answer. That is one of the last 10 rounds played. Sure, you hold Squeaky, but you know that cues up a hut peak on the timing, and he's ready for it.
It's a great round for Stan, and he's just, only barely recovered his score. He's still 12 and 16, but when it matters most, here he is.
Fast again, or a bit of a ruse.
Just a first-tier exec, it looks like, to bait out some utility. Now they're coming in.
Yeah, off the flashes, a little bit of an off timing here for the T's. Stan is just laying it down, and he's got JBA to work with. So this rock-solid CT side and regulation of Wildcard, no fluke. They transition it into an overtime 2-1 score. Likely. Zorte, another clutch attempt denied by JBA.
You're telling me that's 11 of the last 12 rounds now?
I'm telling you that is 10 of the last 11.
Wow, okay.
Carry the 2 divided by 4. To the T side they'll go. We know what kind of pace they were setting all half long. They got shut out, though, by the individual layers of BetBoom. And yet again, MagnoJez under pressure hangs on. Knows that the garage approach is inbound. Is concerned about others. But Axile, who tries to come help him from secret, ultimately just gets up to death. So man advantage right back. We're even.
They've lost him, but they know this is the only safe place you can stand in. Zorte was holding from behind, but MagnoJez comes in. Flash, it didn't look like it was totally effective, but it had sus turn.
Makes it uncomfortable for the garage anchor. BetBoom fighting for that man advantage. Fuzi's gonna just throw caution to the wind. Comes storming down into the B site, finds it for free. And that's Stanislaw to plant a good amount of extra space as well as BetBoom just collect themselves, ready for the retake. Sonic on a curious expedition from the A site sees nothing. And I think that turns a lot of attention over towards ramp. You came down secret, and of course, you've got total vent control. Fixate in on this retake. It's one direction. And it's Sonic to swing the single. Fuzi sits on double, finds 2 backs turned. They're gonna try to get on top of that bomb, cause some kind of frantic attempt. And they're the kills that BetBoom needs. 1v3 here for Stanislaw, low health on the others, but Boomich's full bar holds off, covering that defuse and tying the game again.
Excellent retake here for BetBoom, and now 2 rounds in OT. Well, that feels a little different. Oh, Siren just took 61 damage. He just got stabbed literally in the back.
God, in overtime.
A right click in the back.
Just your highest player. Fuzi gonna jump on MagnoJez. Siren compromised. A-Site still trying to hold though, regardless of an awkward position. And Siren's been so good on top of hut. Zorte here from main. It's still just Wildcard flooding in and trying to push out through that squeaky door. Offer holds the line. Siren still stands from up top hut. And now that he's dropped back, it's a recovery here for Sonic. 12 health to clutch out. It was a 1v4. He's halfway through it, but already lobby control makes a difference. And you better count your lucky stars because BetBoom, oh, how that would have been embarrassing.
Oh my goodness. But look at Zorte in a combat opposition again inside of Mini. Across a minute, they're down into the ramp. 2 rotations are in place. Zorte will have to be slow, so they've got to make sure to put up a good defense.
Exile tries to draw them inwards. Boomich, he's repositioning, so Exile left on his own, but he gets a double. 2 clean headshots. This is looking like a great opportunity to close. After Wildcard fight tooth and nail to get this game back into overtime. Somehow, some way, Fuzi and Sonic have to combine. It's cover. He peeks. He lines them up and gets away. Still 3 health. And the teammate off the plant comes in. Just enough of a distraction to at least even the numbers, but they haven't evened the health.
Surely they don't survive this. Fuzi, they've lost him though. He weaved through the vents and got by.
They're going to be thinking control is the only option. Fuzi's reposition here is huge. His impact's been massive. He gets a back turn and a player up above. Fuzi to try to get double OT. And the CT just takes his time. As he thinks he falls back.
What a play.
Reality sinks in.
And if he didn't take that vent path, he would have just died.
You know it's a good clutch when you can't help but keep thinking about it.
Oh, that's a big mistake from MagnoJez, using the whole mag and sticking around.
Bomb though, careful.
Yeah.
Bomb stuck back by T-spawn.
To his site or rotate all the way around to get the better spot, but Fuzi has him under control. They could smoke Squeaky and just go.
Siren's coming back. Oh, finds timing.
Nice.
Fuzi just considered heaven in that moment. And so Siren takes man advantage back in. This hut control ends up being critical. He wants to join up with his teammate to try to retake over through Squeaky.
Wow, top hut.
But at the same time, JBA gets his from top hut, and he's just going to keep himself crouched. Looking to tether off Stanislaw. They're going to kill everybody coming out from that Squeaky door, even catching Zorte off. That's 4 kills out of JBA in the post
from
plan.
above, and he joins the top of the board as well with that round.
Sending him scrambled.
Oh, scary, but he gets away. Zorte
wins it.
Nice punish.
Stanislaw can take over Garage, gets the main contact, and that's Boomit's head popped. Secret though for MagnoJez. Double kill back, and then all of a sudden that ramp control compromises Zorte's other side. And we've got Susp all the way back towards lobby, grabbing bomb. MagnoJez gets his, and he is starting to step back up as he was at the start of this game. You know, we've been talking about the individual level that everybody across both teams now is bringing to this match. MagnoJez was the star at the start.
I mean, I think Zorte got like 2 kills in that second half or something.
It's cooled off. Susp given a chance here. Nobody close enough to stop the plant.
Oh.
How much of a reposition is he afforded? Squeaky is open, and the swing's good for Siren. And we've got BetBoom tying up again.
Again, yeah. But with them playing secret, does Stanislaw know they're not going to be watching the cross from the other side? I don't know if he has a read on where Zorte is.
Zorte keeps moving too, but MagnoJez stands the test of the main push and turns it right back onto Sonic, who wasn't full health. But MagnoJez, that's 2 kills. He's got support coming up from Vent. That's the swing. They want to try to get Axile into the action, but he's down. Og from above gets the better of the site. And the last piece is Fuzi. A clutch attempt again. 40 seconds, both CTs on site, missed op shot.
Don't miss right now, Zorte.
How's he make this happen? They get the fights given over. Both players go for the swing. BetBoom want to end this. And so 17 rounds secured.
Another great round out of MagnoJez from inside Mini. I think that, but with them playing secret, does Stanislaw know they're not going to be watching the cross from the other side? I don't know if he has a read on where Zorte is.
Zorte keeps moving too, but MagnoJez stands the test of the main push and turns it right back onto Sonic, who wasn't full health. But MagnoJez, that's 2 kills. He's got support coming up from Vent. That's the swing. They want to try to get Axile into the action, but he's down. Og from above gets the better of the site. And the last piece is Fuzi. A clutch attempt again. 40 seconds, both CTs on site, missed op shot.
Don't miss right now, Zorte.
How's he make this happen? They get the fights given over. Both players go for the swing. BetBoom want to end this. And so 17 rounds secured.
Another great.
Just when you think the pace slows down. Oh, no.
Damn.
Oh, Stan.
That was so sharp from Siren.
Left stung.
Uh-oh.
Sonic gets caught. I mean, kind of comparable kills in the end.
Yeah. Depends who you'd want to trade, and I feel like, you know, MagnoJez might be a little bit more valuable in these rounds.
And at least Stanislaw's death has let Fuzi lock into this corner. You got an additional piece this far, and Wildcard don't seem like they want to give it up anytime soon. Although that bullet whizzing through the concrete is going to be a warning, a distraction from the trophy peak. Fuzi's right here. He gets the legs of the player dropping down. Axile out of it, and he will not get greedy. Departs instead, as do all of BetBoom. Scrambling down to the lower site. JBA's already in position. He's going to hear this frantic attempt at taking B. No cover in this deep corner. Means bomb goes down, and you've already got a teammate now for him to work with.
Oh, they could have punished him in that spot, but they won't take the fight. Boomich goes to control. Window.
Zorte got one from upstairs, too, at the same time. Okay!
What? No scope?
Of course! You know JBA's up here in the rafters, and he knows that support's inbound. He sets the doorway ablaze. He's blind, and they don't get him while he's blind. So now he's got a chance, and in the reposition gets caught. Oh. Frantic there for JBA. Feels like he almost starts to panic.
Yeah, he was actually in a fine spot. The only thing he could have been concerned about was, 2+8
in regulation.
10 map points here for BetBoom in this game. How many do you need?
Sonic gets away with this, and he's gonna milk it for all it's worth.
Oh! It works.
Well
and
done.
He gets off, but not killed.
Even a chance at a third one. Zorte's Tech 9.
Man, nobody's cleared that this game, eh?
Dude,
guys, it exists. That position is actually very normal.
Gets the dig.
It is Sonic. He might have got there fast.
Stanislaw bringing it back. Magna Jez gets his, and it looks like the defense has stood the test this time.
It's just a death match right now.
1 of 2 in overtime 2 for BetBoom to close out. Stanislaw just gets the chance to reposition behind the vent.
If he walks up to it correctly,
and if he clears it,
Tetris. There we go.
Stan's not going to give him that chance to work. And so we go the distance in another OT.
Let's go. If they let Fuzi stay up here, I wouldn't be surprised if this position works out well. With the secret play coming in, they are going to go ramp, actually, so.
Fuzi hears it coming.
Oh, here they are.
They don't clear again. Oh, but his spray's not as clean. And then Sus to try to recover has been so good on the multi-frags.
Oh, that might be one too many mistakes here for Wildcard.
Gotta call it a golden opportunity. Players turned, nobody paying attention to that position, and now Jaba steps down into the fire. Feels like BetBoom finally break this curse.
That's brutal. And
it's not because Wildcard didn't have a great chance at shutting down that ramp play. It's because Fuzi misses shots. Oh, what could have been. But Wildcard faced a loss on Nuke for so many rounds.
Looks like BetBoom might be realizing some of that potential here, just in time for Austin.
Still waiting for Axile to realize that potential, though.
Yeah,
I'm just going to throw it out there one more time.
Yeah,
like, of that last map, he was the non-factor again. And it's like, well, when I say BetBoom are better on paper, it's because I keep giving some credit to Axile, but it's just not there. And I'm sure he's not too content about that. Luckily for him, teammate kicked it over the line. Just barely. Take that one tiptoe step.
We like to set records.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, out of the gate. First map of the majors record setting. Congratulations, Nikadaz. Progressing to stage 2 today. Zorte gets finished off. Ooh, hold on. We got a recovery here. 3v5 turned into man advantage. And nobody's going to stop that plant. Siren wants in with the Berettas. He's got to wait for Axile to join forces from long. That smoke's still up in front of him, so still waiting and still waiting. And off the frag grenade, Berettas show themselves. Now Axile's dead. Siren, no other options. Got to get going. They're starting to reveal their positions. He'll take the headshot to Stan, tries to close that gap onto Sonic, gets the second. And as he closes the gap to the bomb, he's trying to figure out how do you win this.
Oh my,
playing it
so
all
far
the way
away.
back, dude. Fuzi tucked in for the win. 3v5 for a T-side pistol victory.
That was forward thinking from Fuzi.
Stan's gonna take a chance to press against this. Oh, Axile gets the better of him. For a second there, it looked like that was Stan's kill all day. But Axile turns back for it. We get Boomich playing inside camera at the moment on the reload, so that's going to get heard. And Wildcard's pieces out middle could be closer than BetBoom anticipates. Zorte a bit cautious coming down here, but he'll get smoked off. poisoning themselves with the A-split. Very critical pickup here from Zorte, trying to take what's left of the wind in their sails out of them. Just 3 guys left, and Suff's kind of sectioned off. He's floating around on mid. Or excuse me, he's the front of the A play. 2 smokes on both sides.
I mean, the split's coming in whether they like it or not. So you've actually got BetBoom starting to recede back into safer positions. And with 35 seconds, this is not too bad for Wildcard. This next kill, I think, dictates it. And it goes the way of BetBoom. They keep having control.
They'll lose the other side, but they know Siren's against this wall, so you gotta somehow get him out of here. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Siren locking it down, finally cleared out of the corner. 10 seconds left, and Sus swept away. So we've got BetBoom on the board the moment they've got guns.
Like, there are some anchor players who are kind of like star anchor players, and so, like, Rops, for example, and he gets great stats, but Siren has never been that.
Siren peeled off this one. Sonic gonna get that A main play going. And there's no follow through. They want that mid control first, so this is gonna transition into a nice healthy looking split, if not for a MagnoJez push into main. So really just continuing to prod one side of the attack here for Wildcard. Susp on the recovery next to JBA, and that mid split, you can see why they wanted to wait for it, because it comes down in comfortable fashion, and they clear out this A site. Wildcard a rebuttal to tie the game.
Very confident, man, on this Anubis T side as well. That attack was perfect. They split the site on the exact right timing. They've been taking over mid whenever they like.
His guns did not drop. There is no...
I was thinking they should have just TK'd him so they could get his util. So I'm not joking. I guess there's a chance he just popped back into existence.
Here comes the hit, though. He would have been a part of this hold.
Yeah.
See if BetBoom can make the best of a bad situation here. No fault of their own that they are in against this man disadvantage. Zorte's on the recovery. Bombs down, though. Siren catches Sus. Now everything that's left of this post plant is here inside sight. Zorte.
6 cents.
Would have been called, right? Fuzi gets the kill to Axile. Zorte knows you're there. He takes that chance of a shot and puts you into a 3v2 retake. Now, fire at the feet of the player on the plat. Stanislav's got to change spots. Boomich locks in on him, and JBA over towards long lines them up, but BetBoom hang on.
Oh, yeah, they literally won this round 4v5. Tons of chip damage, but we've seen this this split happen before. But man, look at the rotations. BetBoom's in the right spot. Zorte's now overfilling on B.
T-Smoke in camera.
Just trying to scare him though.
Yeah, they're facing their own smoke in camera as the main one fades. Kills come out.
So many kills.
Yeah. Fast flurry of the frags, and locking it all down is Boomich until the gun goes dry. JBA 1v3. He got that A main kill to get out onto the site. They're gonna react to the fake plant. Oh, if only he's able to control that one, but the bodies line up well enough, and BetBoom keep on winning. You seeing this?
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Works out.
Axile just rolls not even his eyes, his entire head. Didn't like that one. MagnoJez gonna get pounced on as well. Very quick out through the main smoke was JBA. Takes over Jill. And again, we always talk about how, like, if you fall back as a CT and you're compromised on site, there's just nowhere to hide.
Nah. Yeah.
So very nice moves here by Wildcard, getting up through E-Box. Axile not having too much fun. Ladies and gentlemen.
How old's Stan, actually?
Stanislaw,
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
I honestly, somebody who I've never known how old he is, even when he was...
I believe he's a year younger than me. Stan should be
27.
29.
Oh.
He's 31. He's older than me. And you wouldn't know it.
Yeah, you really wouldn't.
31-year-old comeback. Fuzi first blood inside of E-Box. Again, I think E-Box starting to become a bit of a problem here for BetBoom's B defense, especially when we get that, main split that clearly they're worried about. You see the way they glance at it, I think never knowing when JBA is going to come through, but it's A instead they want, and Siren's only able to get the one. We'll see that mid-scramble come down, no challenge from middle.
Letting them go.
Yep, lets them slip down into the site, or at least get ever closer. Boomich along the wall finds that fountain contact, nearly catching him with a nade out. Any more CT utility here to disrupt it? No, there's a frag on MagnoJez. He's a bit late to the party, now playing from heaven. JBA, who took his sweet time, finally comes through. Clinical execution of Zorte, and with it, the round comes through.
You know, fair enough from JBA, because he had enough teammates coming in through main. As long as he could eventually come for the camera split, that's fine. If it was low numbers, he maybe have to speed up that lurk. But I think he recognized how much time he had to work with there. Played it safe. And yeah, I mean, Wildcard have done a good job of divvying up the attacks, whether it's A or B, but the complexion of the splits looks identical almost every time. And well, they're working. They're looking fundamentally sound. They're just getting better and better. And now the op goes down at the end. It's not the best T-half ever, but it's a better start than Nuke.
Yeah, and you know what? It's gotten there in the end. Well, what do you know? Wildcard, enough of a half to start to put some economic strain on BetBoom, who tried to get Zorte into an early engagement at his 11-5 start. You could see why.
It's well done, Susp. That wasn't actually easy. If he took one more step, he would have just got killed.
Yep.
9 health.
And does it while 3-9.
Did he get it? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. The boom op. Cloud9 Boomich.
Always fun. He'll bring it out, but unfortunately he's a little concerned about middle with all that utility usage towards the doors, and Susp gonna run the chance. I mean, you're down to 9 health. Send yourself out 50 feet in front of your teammates, and look what happens. You just catch him off straight up by time. So Susp barely winning that first duel. Very important he picks it up, and then from it, he's kind of given more leeway.
They
He
kept him
earns
busy.
the risk of throwing his life away at 9 points of HP.
Oh.
Hold on. JBA looks stunned. Huh? What are they still doing there? How do you... Slow down, kid. His half ain't finished yet.
I don't think he even said anything.
Guys, they're still on...
Yep.
Still on B. Utility here to try to wound them on the retake.
Wait a second, they got their
Yeah,
first
it's not
kill.
over. Jokes aside, here comes Sonic. He'll serve up a perfect distraction for the last two to come through. It's just that false confidence BetBoom had for the retake. The same false confidence that's disappeared. Nope, that's not how that math works. Don't worry about it. Sonic's got 2 guns. And the split comes out. He'll hold back Boomich. Gets the duels he was looking for, but MagnoJez sweeps in from behind and executes. And unfortunately for the defense, Smoke there sectioned him off. Nice cheeky play here from Zorte, using that pillar to wait for the A flank. And it really just kind of sucks the life out of the room for Wildcard, because they're suddenly thinking, damn, it's all in long. Not always the most successful retake angle, but the fact JBA gets the execution, it's looking possible. Now they've got man advantage. They've even got it all. Jump on top of the bomb for the 10-second defuse.
They pulled it off.
Wildcard only had long to work with. 3 players come into that retake, Mohan. 3 players walk out. Certainly coming well equipped for an A split in round 14. Feels like it's got a bank on maybe getting the better of Susp so that you can come in from 2 directions. Mid resistance turns into nothing though. Susp's gonna hang on to A main, going further towards Boomich. He gets cleared out. There's that double kill from Boomich. Very critical. Jumping MP9 from JBA to try to keep mid control in their hands. But you've given MagnoJez a chance to put that Galil up with fire towards camera. They are held at bay for now. They'll double heaven, BetBoom.
I like it. There's enough space here, and you can squeeze out to this spot as well. They know where the CTs are coming from. Very easy to play off each other. Hard to find.
Already pushing beyond it. Boomich gonna let MagnoJez take contact. Trying to compromise sight. Wildcard swing in, and Boomich gonna go for the element of surprise. 39 health, diffusing on the other side.
He was going the wrong way.
He's got a kit, he's got a slide, and he stops it. Okay, BetBoom down to the wire yet again.
Jeez, I would think because they killed that one up in heaven and BetBoom, or since Boomich did not fight for that long, he was fine to just peek on the left side. He would have been able to take that over, but he still wins it, calculates it perfectly with the 5 seconds remaining, and the spray is sound. Looks comfortable for him.
So Wildcard given the gift of working with the buy from the last round, and we'll see what they do this time. Whether they want to throw it out, take more control. Potential for some bridge play, but Boomich just spams through in case. Nobody behind it, but look at these bodies stacking up on mid. Yeah, Fuzi tries to go get up inside of the smoke. The T's opened it up on their own decision, and it's gonna go one and done. JBA thinking about getting aggressive outside B site, and obviously when you lose Boomich towards bridge, that's what pulled Axile away from holding B. But it looks like that timing hasn't been taken for either side.
What a damaging round that BetBoom has just won. These back-to-backs. Oh, well. It might get actually...
He gets away?
A lot worse. Stanislaus still alive.
You don't get a third.
Not even a little more damage.
He's going to try to chase it down behind the pillar player. MP9 swings. Sus blocks it down.
Oh,
good thing they saved it all.
Wow. A good thing they saved it all is right.
Oof. Smallest corner for Sonic to hang on to. Luckily for him, nobody behind that bridge smoke to swing. Siren just keeps poking this on his own, but
trying to take matters into his own hands.
You know, Fuzi ready to step up to the challenge. Flash here for Stanislaus, so him and JBA can try to fight sight. Look at the beauty of that flashbang for JBA. He will continue to tear up the damage.
Excellent spray. One dat so far here for Wildcard. Magno just is too low. What's he gonna try?
Doesn't really have the chance to go for much.
You point out Siren going for this individual play, and it's so early into the round with chances. There's chances for lots of different things to happen, but not after he dies. It starts to immediately feel desperate. So you don't want to funnel your entire game plan into one guy taking a dry swing, especially not versus an op you haven't searched for. Fuzi top of the boards once again here, and hopefully this time it's, you know, not in vain.
Fuzi, blood in the water, is going to get aggressive, and it's worth it.
Too easy. No flash.
Nothing. Zorte just steps into his death. Boomich tries to get something back at B, and it works. Now Stanislaus down in E-box, very much committed. Sonic's going to swoop down, finds the player outside of it, so now Stan can fully focus over towards site. You've got a second defender now inside E-box with you. Frees you up to be a bit more free with these fights. You've got one pinned in behind pillar. They didn't expect Boomich, though, to go deep through the temple. It's a super late arrival of Siren with the bomb.
Yeah, he's running in.
He's got a smoke grenade to block off E-box if he wants to. I mean, they're going to know there's two CTs down there.
They're going to run the flank as well because they can hear him going fast.
There it is. Smoke grenade comes out. They actually find Stanislaus on the side of it. They know damn well that Sonic is in there. What they don't know is the last positioning of Susp, who actually goes for the flank.
Yeah.
They're going to press their luck. They know that he was in here as opposed to just sitting on site.
Here's a chance.
This is the flank, though. Oh, they don't think about it.
It's beautiful. I mean, the fact is, they were in E-box listening to the last guy running to the site as no bomb was being planted. But also very smart of Sus just to walk it. Take his time.
Stan's got a Tech 9 in front of him on 59 HP. Oh God, Magnajez, great chance. Barrel to the side of the head. You're gonna suddenly just cause problems here on B. Axile gets his. Again, they're just gonna try to slam themselves against this site, and by the time you've got 4 members of BetBoom on it, Wildcard, you are far removed. Smoked out of the positions. This is gonna be one of those much needed Wildcard retakes, but the damage is looking good already.
Yeah, it's suddenly quite a grave error. Wildcard, I mean, some other teams might just leave at this point, but they know there's some damage done. Not every gun's been upgraded, and one goes down.
It's big.
Even numbers.
But a Molotov in front of the Temple players. This is going to come down to a very small amount of timing. Drive-by for Magnajez. Fuzi gets caught. You know there's one stuck in plant. Sus can't turn. Sonic's got to chase it down with half the health of Siren. He hears that tap, slides out for the close, and BetBoom keep it within 2.
And he plays the close left corner, and Siren closes this one out. This is another situation that could happen as well. They tried to smoke out the deeper part of the A site just there so that Sus wouldn't push early, but he already got ahead of it.
Being ahead of that as well frees up the rotate, so we've got a bolstered bomb site. This is a gunfight. for potentially Wildcard's 12th, but Siren first blood. Here's Fuzi off the back pillar, supported by teammates dead. JBA gets only the one, and so even with bodies on site, it falls to Sonic trying to get the better of the op. He's gonna push into the bomb. Great cover!
Oh.
Axile with 3 points of health, starting to find his form in this bomb site specifically. 2 rounds where he gets at least 1 critical kill, and this time it's gonna put BB on 10.
Yeah, not a ton of kills, but again, near the end of the game, we just talked about it with the OT rounds.
But their peak's still not as high. Thinking about going for the test, they walk it around. It's a pistol here for JBA, and then the rifle in his teammate's hand, but the deagle connects. That's that 1 rifle for Susp, and the 1 deagle for JBA. First blood Wildcard.
And look how spread they are. They can't go get the bomb and run to the other side of the map. They don't have any guns are available. Stanislav goes down.
Yeah, USP.
Fuzi can't stop anybody, but again, they don't have the bomb. So there'll be some more time for rearranging themselves on the map.
There's just really no mid-control, though.
Yeah, they're just walking,
They're stacking it right.
walking right into it, yeah.
Susp's going to have 3 players in front of him. Not to mention that Desert Eagle still right here on the play. They round that corner. Susp keeps it clean. All 3 nearly lining up. It's an op versus a deagle. Jaba gets a second.
This is for 12.
Wildcard secure it.
He locks it down. 3 frags for Jaba. The push with the deagle to get the first one. Supporting the rifle was just meant to be a pawn in that play.
3 guys line up inside that canal, stepping into the 1 rifle out there. So BetBoom got to do what Wildcard did on Nuke, push us out of regulation. And a bit of a favorite map for Boomich. Since taking the reins on BetBoom, Stanislav first kill. Traded back though, Zorte through those smokes, man. Always a nuisance.
And finally, Sonic starts to make his way around through the beach. They're seeing the smokes over in the B site.
Op shot missed him.
Yeah, they're leaving him alive.
Through the smoke. Well done
nice.
by Boomich.
That was good.
You saw his frustration from losing the last round. Doesn't want to drop to the kid on a solo B defense this time. To hell with your Desert Eagle.
And they can't actually try this because they don't get a second full buy in a row. Wildcard, they really want to save.
And that's all 3 rifles held onto here by Wildcard. So certainly a healthier buy than what they've already pulled round wins off with.
No telling who's going to pull this off. BetBoom now, as the game grows a little older, are getting better and better rounds.
Gonna go for bridge. This is a different timing, different direction. Oh, he hits it, but Boomich survives. Sonic kind of drawn into the action. Look at Boomich just crank that dial in aggression. Trying to charge down camera. He's already ahead of the fire, putting it out for his teammates, but that just gives Susp a chance to spray down a double.
The bomb is now on their side of the smoke.
Man, they were really adamant about flowing forward with that, but is it all a bit too aggressive? Siren still over towards main. This is Sonic pinched for a moment. They don't know what's going on in middle. Could have been a tempo push.
There's no canals push in this situation. They have the bomb, but they're still worried. It's so early. They didn't understand what Boomich was even trying to do.
JBA comes, looks to bolster Sonic's position up inside storage. He tries the challenge. He just gave up 40 health as he was already sitting on 60.
Really wanted to stop that bomb from crossing. Again, no flank in place, so this is actually not going to be an easy retake for Wildcard.
Timing is going to be burned down. Oh, Stan's got to come out middle, but it's slow. And Sonic goes for this with no trade potential. JBA just a few paces back. He gets his, and the timing from Stan works out.
No way.
Zorte actually gets caught off by it, trying to come and help Sight. Siren, time to show us what you're made of. They line up. He gets back into the cover, and they'll push this to OT again.
Oh, Zorte would have been.
Both teams putting them forward. 8 rounds in regulation straight for Wildcard. BetBoom had to fight for theirs a little harder. Here comes Sonic across the bridge through the flames. Fire didn't cover it. He won't get away though. Zorte, nice track on the bridge jump back. 1 for 1. And now we're starting to get back into that frantic pace that we had on Nuke. Both teams trying to make moves out of the spawns.
They really give up their default and use about 30 seconds to get into positions to attack, and there hasn't been too many fakes, so it looks like they're going to draw the attention of everyone from Wildcard. Yeah. Here's the bridge drop.
JBA's given a chance to hold on. What's he going to do about it?
It's going to be a spam for sure. Yeah.
Stops bomb as they don't clear him out.
Was not safe at all.
There's that constant threat that's coming at them from E-Box that's got MagnaJez distracted. A second player goes down. Finally, they push through it. Wildcard from the corners of that bomb site make BetBoom go up in flames.
The one thing that's just missing, I think, from the BetBoom approaches is when they cut noise, who made the appropriate rotations and just put up a good site defense this time. I mean, it's not like BetBoom couldn't have fought their way through it.
This one from Fuzi. Feels like Bridge is starting to come into play a little bit more as this game's gone on. Boomich wants to hunt down Sonic, who's stuck here on the other side of doors. The fight's right there for the taking. Trade potential for the tease. And Sonic's not able to bottle both. That's 2 kills for MagnaJez in this round critically.
It's an excellent trade for MagnaJez, especially considering the HP left over. The guy who's standing there can be along any part of the wall. It's very hard to pre-aim.
When Stanislaw catches them with the off timing in middle, slow rotates to depart B. Sus puts fire in front of them. It's going to slow them down, but it looks like there's a path around it. It's not perfect. Sus burning. Ultimately, they look at that nade and they scoff at it. They'll find timing in the bomb site with ease. Unfortunately, the utility is not enough of a defense for Wildcard to truly rely on.
See, this was a lot better in the default because they got so many kills in mid. They push everyone back so far from Wildcard successfully that when they cut noise, it was just too hard for Wildcard to get any solid info back, and this brings them back into the OT half.
Maui Snake said it. A disciple of Donk. He's been really aggressive at times, and it catches Wildcard off. JBA tries to slide out. Clean first headshot on Axile, who I still don't think is having any fun.
No, not at all.
10 and 21.
Especially not out there.
Gives him that extra bit of room to work within. Zorte offering up some distraction now by way of utility. Is Sus gonna push this? Siren locked into the corner. He gets the better of it.
Nice adjustment.
Sonic, though, finds his kill. That's MagnaJez down. That's Boomich relieving himself of the utility, just chucking it out towards middle. Everybody's going to group up, and they're going to go for this B split. It's going to be Stanislaw and JBA versus the 3 remaining players here of BetBoom. Nade goes ahead of it, no damage. It is now guns in hand and nothing else. Gotta be the frags. They stop the 1. Beautiful move here from Stanislaw, and the offer comes through a little too late. 5 seconds left, man. Zorte never had that. It's an edge in OT for Wildcard.
Yeah, they want to see this 3rd map solid hold. Great rounds lately here from JBA.
We go down together.
It was me.
Zorte waiting.
Little info. That's about it. Oh, we know about these rounds from Wildcard. They're super simple. They're the same as BetBoom's, they're just a little sooner.
Woo, good flashes. Sonic and Stanislaw just pounce down on. Zorte quick scopes, good. A second! Finally gets cleared out. 3rd time's the charm here from JBA. But considering the other 2 players went down with nothing, if it's not for Zorte, I don't even think BetBoom have a chance in this round.
No, not at all.
They can go ahead and try to throw this 3v3 retake at Wildcard. See what sticks. Smoke towards heaven, but that distracts the offer. His back fully turned. Didn't expect Axile whatsoever. Stanislaw's down. JBA to answer. He's not able to snap that spray over, and so tied again.
No one watching that flank. Okay.
Cheeky run
We're
boost.
flying.
Trying to play with a bit of timing here. He's ahead of the smoke. He's really trying to play that tempo. Hey, they wound him up, and they're going to let him go. Molotov over to the pillar. He's still got a chance at this duel, but oh, they both win theirs. Axile and Zorte in this double op setup that they don't know about. MagnaJez waits, buys the perfect amount of time, but still now JBA tries to get the answer back, sliding into jail. You know he's back here. Do you push this? He's down to 7 health, gets sprayed away by Boomich, and Wildcard tried to play with tempo, tried to play with pace, tried to play with fire, and get burned.
As soon as there's an answer for Axile, it's looking so much better here. See Decide to try to end it here for BetBoom.
Axel trying to soften it up. Great grenade damage, by God.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Well worth the $300. Smoke in front of the pack. Already a 5 versus 3. Wildcard lost control of this game at some point, but can they bring it back right now? Susp into the site, but MagnoJez's got other ideas. And BetBoom will prove that with a group of pieces who have been further in majors than this, that collectively you come together and do it all again.